Your machine was thoroughly inspected before leaving the factory, and the delivery carrier has accepted responsibility for this machine. It is very important that you inspect the exterior of all cartons for damage upon receipt from the freight line. Damage in transit, although infrequent, does happen. Nearly all damage in transit can be determined from a visual inspection of cartons. Look for any damage to the cardboard corners. The machines are shipped in clear plastic. Look for tears in the plastic and inspect them closely. Take photos of any external damage to packaging before removing it. If this visual inspection reveals nothing, then the machine has probably been received in good condition. If any carton is received in a damaged condition, it is very important that you follow these steps. First, note any damage on the freight line's delivery receipt. Specify where the damage is located. Take photos of the damage. Second, contact the factory at 800-247-1787 for additional instructions. Send photos of the damage to damage@wittern.com. Include serial number and tracking number of shipment. Again, please inspect all equipment thoroughly before signing for it and before the driver leaves. Any questions pertaining to damaged equipment should be referred to the factory.
The day of your installation, remember to have on hand the snack and drink products you'll be placing in the selections, along with a roll each of nickels, dimes, and quarters to make change. Your coin changer is also capable of giving back dollar coins, but this is optional. Throughout this video, please feel free to pause it and perform the directed activities as you go. You will recognize that the video follows along with the written instructions that you found on the front of your machine. We understand that seeing how the setup occurs, as well as following the step-by-step written instructions, generally makes it easier. It is important to give your refrigeration system room to breathe. Give the machine at least 4 inches of space from the wall to ensure proper airflow from the exhaust fan. Now that the machine is in its final position, we can level it. Leveling the machine is an important step. A level machine allows the door to open and close properly, as well as other items within the machine to move correctly. Start by using a bubble level, or a carpenter's level, on the front edge of the cabinet, not the door edge, but the cabinet edge, to get a true reading of level. Using a 1 3/8 inch open-end wrench or crescent wrench, adjust the cabinet legs until the machine is level from side to side and front to back. Now it's time to turn the machine on. You'll find the keys located in the coin return cup on the lower part of the door. Remove the keys and open the door. It's recommended that you find something to prop the door open as you set the machine and load the product you are going to vend. Locate tray 3 approximately chest level and identify the cavity to the back of the machine. Flip the power switch to the on position. The lights on the door will illuminate and you should hear the bill acceptor cycle. Now remove the styrofoam tray dividers and the service pack. Put this service pack in a safe location as it contains instruction information as well as service information for your machine. Now we're going to load the product. It is recommended that you write all the numbered locations in the machine on a sheet of paper. Then write the product and price of each you are putting in each location, to be used when you program the pricing software. Trays 1 through 3 are for your standard dry product. Everything below this will be your cold drinks. Gently lift up and pull out the shelves individually. You will feel it hit a stop, then lower it down at an angle. Load product into each selection, making sure you fill all the way from front to back, without missing any spaces between the coils. Fill each selection in the tray and then go to the next tray. When returning each tray to its vend position, make sure it makes it over the 2 bump stops. Open the refrigeration inner door to access the cold drink loading areas by pushing down on the lever. Reference the diagram on the interior of the door for loading cans and bottles. The top and bottom trays are for bottles or cans, and the center tray is a high-capacity tray for 12-ounce cans only. Follow the directions on the door, making sure the bottles are loaded cap down and cans in the high-capacity tray loaded on their side with the top towards your right. Be sure to recognize the duplicate numbers on the fronts of the trays. These are to be loaded with repeat, high-moving items. This allows you to maintain more inventory for dispensing. Next, load samples of each drink into the live display. Open the display by undoing the wing nut and lowering the panel. Load the drinks down into the display over top of the numbers that you've correspondingly written down on your sheet of paper. Before closing the display, orient the labels of each product towards the front. Close the display panel and replace the wing nut. You've now completed the hardware setup for your new vending machine. Now it's time to begin the software setup. Be sure to leave the door unlocked while you perform this. Consult the programming setup sheet, also taped to the front of your machine. It is recommended that you have one roll of each coin denomination, quarters, nickels, and dimes. In order to have your machine operate and dispense change for purchases, you must load these coins. Locate the control board on the inside of the main door. It will be located on the left near the top of the door. On the board itself, you'll see a blue button in the upper right portion. This is your service mode button. Push the button and you will hear a beep. Then move to the front of the door and begin loading your coinage. Note that you must begin to load the coins within 30 seconds of hitting the button. If at any time you are setting up the software and exceed the 30-second time limit, simply press the service mode button and continue the directed steps. Using the keypad on the exterior of the door, press the number 1 key and then begin to load the coins in order. When you have all the coins loaded, press the star key twice to exit. Now we begin setting up the pricing of each of the items in your machine. You can set up pricing by individual items, entire rows or trays, or the entire machine with the same price. Utilizing the sheet you documented before with the item numbers, item names, and prices, press the service mode button. Then using the keypad, press number 5. This takes you to this price setting mode. Next, press the 1 button for individual pricing mode, and then select the first item number. The price shown is the current pricing. You want to reset that to the new price on your list. Then press the pound key to save this pricing. The program will take you to the next numbered selection entry. Repeat steps 5 and 6 and cycle through all selections for pricing. Then when you are finished loading every item pricing, hit the star key If all your products on one row are the same price, you can set the whole row for the same price in one shot. Hit the service mode button and then press 5 to enter pricing mode. Then press 2, which is the entire row option. Then hit the first row number and you'll see the current pricing. Enter your new pricing and press pound to save. Then exit by pressing the star key 3 times. If setting the entire machine to one price, hit the service mode button and press the number 5 key for the pricing mode. Press the number 3 key for all items, then enter your new price. Press the pound key to save the pricing setting, and then press the star key 3 times to exit. It is recommended that you insert bills and vend at least one product to ensure your machine makes the correct change. Once that has occurred, you have completed the hardware and software setup for your new vending machine. The final and maybe most important instruction is how to pull the cash out of the machine. Access the bills by pressing the button on top of the bill acceptor cassette and lifting up. Open the side door and pull the bills out of the spring-loaded cassette. Retrieve your coins by using the thumb release on the coin box and pull out. Empty your coins and return the box to its position. Now close and lock the machine and you're ready to start generating revenue.
Before you start the process, make sure that your machine is powered off. Pop off the cover here, then unscrew and remove the nut from the bottom of the antenna. Hold on to the nut while you run the antenna wires down through the top of the cabinet. Place the antenna on the top. Now take the nut and run the wires through it so you can screw it in the cabinet, under the antenna here, securing it in place. Connect to the harness to to the left or right of your coin mechanism. Now use zip ties to tidy up the harnesses so they do not disrupt the machine operation. Now turn your machine on to boot up your device.